Good morning, my people. How you guys doing? Salam tanay Stelling. Top of the morning to everybody listening to Rockin' with us. Top of the morning to all my people up early in the morning, exercising and getting that blood flowing. Top of the morning to the students. Top of the morning to their parents, getting them ready. Top of the morning to my working and disciplined brothers and sisters out there doing their thing, man. Top of the morning to each and every single one of you guys rocking with me from the gym as well, or top of the morning to everybody waking up and finding a job and starting their career today early on this beautiful Friday morning. Oh man, I hope that you guys are receiving all this love and positivity through the radio wave. We're here, we are in the building Friday morning. Oh man, I can't believe it's Friday already, man. It's unbelievable. That's what it is. But how was your week? What'd you guys do? What you guys didn't do? And also, man, how's the time management going? Because I can't believe it's already what the it's like what? Oh man, I can't believe almost before we know it is what the is gonna be over. And then it's gonna be another month. You know what? All we're gonna do is keep our head up and keep the grind going. Friday morning. Add this, how you guys doing? Oh man, show me love. 0988418888 is the way to go. Saman is our text line. If you have any kind of request, suggestion, comments, go ahead and let me know. You can also find us on social media, which is in Sugar INSHEGER. Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, whatever suits you. Go ahead and find us and show us some love and subscribe as well to our channel. This is your favorite infotainment show early in the morning, Friday and Monday from 7 to 9. And I'm your host, Dawid, early in the morning, trying to wake you guys up and then not you, salam not you. Oh man. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning that we're having here in the capital, and I want you guys to start your day fresh and energetic with us. All right, we've been receiving a lot of messages from you guys as well, a lot of love on Instagram as well. We really do appreciate it, and of course, I do want to read out one of the messages that somebody sent. Is about when we always, of course, welcome any kind of sayings or quotes that you start your day with, or anything that you want to share with us. And we got a message as well. And this is from Mahalit. It says, Heidi, good morning. I want you to use this morning quote of early in the morning. It says, character is the willing to accept responsibility for one's own life. It's the source from which all self-respect springs. So man, I love it. It's actually is a very beautiful message as well. I think that is such something that we need to remind ourselves, of, you know what I mean? To take responsibility of our own life. And I think that is something that we're going to dive in and talk about as well in a bit later onto our Tukus course. But that is such a beautiful, beautiful, understanding of what character is. When somebody has a character, it's the willing to accept responsibility for one's own life. It's the source from which all self-respect springs. And I think that is a very accurate thing. I think when the more responsible you are in your life for everything that happens, and there's a very beautiful thing that I once heard that not everything that happens to you is your fault, but everything is your responsibility. It's like, it makes you go like, what the hell? But it is. That is one of the hardest facts about reality that we live in. If you want to be in charge of your happiness, if you want to be in charge of your health, your success, and I know that not everything that happens is your fault, but everything is your responsibility. So you got to be able to take on responsibility, no matter how small or big, and take charge early on a Friday morning. I love the energy that we on, and if you are rocking with us, go ahead and find us and show us some love. Ladies and gents, on to our segment of today's show. We do have so many different things that we want to talk about. So many things happening around the world. So many things that we want to keep you guys updated with. And I can't wait to get to it as well. All right. Starting off with some of the interesting articles that, that are happening around is something that I wanted to bring up about is the revolution that is happening right now when it comes to the tech giants as well. On our Tukus course, you know how we keep you guys updated with so many different things. And and talk about things that are happening around us and work on personal growth and talk about articles, research that are coming out as well that we think that it is worth sharing. And one of the things that we decided to come across and talk about is how this revolution when it comes to the tech giants, how they are actually becoming like back into the dial-up era. So Americans heavyweight that were once considered unstoppable are for the first time in years looking for a little looking a little washed up. You know what I mean? We're not talking about Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. This is about America's internet giants, which are slumping hard in this era of higher interest rates, lower advertising budget, and widespread of economic uncertainty. And we're looking at even the giant Meta. So yesterday, Meta becomes the latest big tech company to post rough financial results for the prior quarter and recorded a second straight quarter of declining revenue and provided a gloomy outlook on the Q4, and this is not even looking pretty as well. So what really went wrong? Younger people are, literally fleeing from Facebook, and as most of us as well. Like, I don't remember the last time. What's the last time you checked your Facebook? Did you check your Facebook? No, right? I don't remember the last time I checked my Facebook as well, but it's crazy that these companies are the companies that we once thought they were quite giant. Like, you would never thought like something will come up and overtake them, but this is also like a valuable lesson. No matter how big you think you are, unless you are working on your craft and you are very cautious on your moves, you'll be quite surprised as to what could possibly hamper it. So younger people are fleeing Facebook, and investors aren't, confident CEO Mark Zuckerberg can reinvent the company as the metaverse platform. Meta has drifted into the land of access, too many people, too many ideas, too little urgency, and right now what's happening is they are losing their shares value by the amount is just crazy. So while Meta may be the poster child for big tech struggles, but it also goes to Google parent Alphabet also posted its slowest revenue growth since 2013, and YouTube sales actually also fall by in the third quarter, and tough times in the ad market as well. It's just things are changing as we speak, and tech giants scored record profit during COVID, and that was the biggest time they saw that people were locked in at home, but now their interest rates are near zero, and that's one of the things that we wanted to bring up. But in related tech giant companies, we wanted to follow up on Elon Musk is taking over Twitter, and he's doing it in the most sarcastic way. Elon Musk has entered the building. Twitter, I really am now curious about what's going to happen on Twitter. I really do feel like the Twitter is going to be quite interesting, especially under, the leadership of Elon Musk. And then there's this interesting tweet that he did as well, where he talked about what his plan is, and he sounded very genuine about what's to come about it as well. He said that he's not actually doing this for profit, but he cares about humanity. He says that whom he loves so much, and then he's trying to make the platform better and accommodate more people and more difference. But yes, Elon Musk has entered the building, Twitter's headquarters, and he also walked in with a sink. Literally, he walked in with a sink, and then he said, "Let that sink in" on that video. Literally, I would suggest you guys watch it. You would take this. I like Elon Musk humor, and mind you, like, you buy a certain company for $40-something billion, and the first day you walk in with a sink into the headquarters, and then he said, "Let that sink in," and have that posted all over social media. We might even post it on our YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to our channel as well. All right, on to another things that we wanted to keep you guys updated as well. Now on to the tech updates that we are in. Now that we're going to come into a world where before an earthquake happens, you're going to get a notification. How crazy is that? Yes, and that is exactly what happened. You know what I mean? There is already an app that has been built. So recently, around 18 seconds before a 5.1 magnitude earthquake struck near San Jose on Tuesday, 95,000 people got an alert on their smartphone warning them that it is coming. It's such a crazy thing. Mind you, you're just minding your business, going to school, going to work, and your phone buzzes. It goes like, "Hey, you got 18 seconds. There's an earthquake coming." That is quite an interesting notification to have, but it is definitely something that's going to change a whole lot. So yes, so the heads up comes courtesy of the MyShake app. It's a beautiful app, an app developed by scientists in the UC. This is something that we all are looking forward to. The most recent warning was right before the quake, but the hope in the future is to give enough time to make sure that you can actually boycott and could just like prepare yourself. And how it works is MyShake uses the sensors in your phone to detect movement and then filters it through an artificial neural network to determine if the matches of the model for an earthquake. And unlike some other smartphone emergency system that might mistake a roller coaster for a car crash, the MyShake's algorithm is really good at figuring out which motion fits into the model according to the science behind it. So far, MyShake can only warn you that the ground is about to start shaking if you are in some selected areas in the United States only, but they're hoping to expand, and the app's creator want to turn it into a global network available in countries that don't really have traditional equipment to actually detect earthquake. So now, before anything goes down, you will have a notification down the road before anything hits this, just that sounds like quite a helpful app. Just minding your business and you look into your phone, it's like, get ready, it's about to go down. Okay, but that's one of the apps that we wanted to talk about early on our Tukus course as well. And on another segment that we have on our Tukus course is another research as well, and this is something that we've been debating on for a while. Video games might boost kids' cognitive skill. So, for a while we've been arguing if games are good, games are bad. Nothing really officially have been out, but a new study can say if video games caused any improvement in brain function, but added more data showing that kids who play video games have brains that behave differently. All right. Once again, I repeat, the new study doesn't really quite say that if video games caused any improvements in brain function, but added more data showing that kids who play video games have brains that behave differently. So it looks like everything that we have been told sometimes about our video games and putting our controllers down whenever we have to do things in the house, now it might be something that we should question. First, the rise of the esport industry as well have made it clear that you can actually have a career playing video games, and to this day I still find it so crazy how people actually make money by doing that. I don't know if you guys are new to that. Maybe we'll do a full-on segment how people are playing video games and making a whole lot of money. That is quite unreal for me, but it is a reality that we are on. And not only that as well, now that thanks to a new study backed by the National Institute of Health has found that young gamers score higher on brain function test. This is something that is quite new, and here's what the research has revealed. All right, kids who played video games for 3 or more hours per day were faster and more accurate at task, acquiring impulse control and memorizing that kids who didn't play them at all. Researchers at the University of Vermont has determined this specific data. So the neuroimaging also showed that the game playing kids had more activity in areas of the brain associated with attention and memory. Quite interesting. So the study, which has published, I think it was last Monday, is not the first to find a positive link between gaming and cognitive tasks, but it is one of the biggest, as it included data from almost 2,000 9 and 10-year-olds. So far, this is some of the things we wanted to, we still have yet to explore a whole lot about it, but it is something that's worth reading more about. The study didn't actually, prove that gaming caused better cognitive performance. I repeat, we are not saying that there's no official research that says that, but more research is needed to understand the effect, and even large studies that is tracking 12,000 kids are on their way. And so scientists will be able to conduct further analysis of the same children down the road as well, but we'll find out more. And this is an interesting research as well. For a while, we are always on the fence when it comes to technology, and especially the amount of time that our kids spend on it. But it is something that we need to do our research on and understand it better. And of course, we have to understand what kind of game they're playing as well. And if you are interested in, if you are a parent or ever watching anybody and you want to have more information information. We'll make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll share with you guys the research so you could do your own studies as well. And following up on another article as well, I think a few weeks back we talked about the situation that is happening with Kanye West. I don't know if you guys have seen what's been happening, but Kanye has been having such a challenging time in his career, as he is, I don't know if you guys have seen the recent interview with Piers Morgan. This is an interesting interview as well, which I enjoyed the whole hour and something of that. I think almost 2 hours. Is definitely something worth watching. But yes, Spotify also now denounces Ye, but also now they're keeping some of his playlists as well, even though they have denounced him. So after most brands fled from Kanye West, who now goes by Ye, due to his anti-Semitic comment, and if you guys haven't heard about it, he went on crazy on Twitter past week, and he's been getting some serious backlash for that. His music and the cash that comes with it as well, maybe his final letter to the Spotify and Spotify CEO as well yesterday, that Ye's music will remain on the platform because it doesn't violate the company's hate speech policy. But the streamer is an outlier of the corporate boycott of the artist by the likes of Balenciaga, Adidas, list goes on. Even brands that have been partnered with Ye are joining in. So also Skechers said that it had no intention of working with the rapper after he showed up unannounced at the company's headquarters the other day. Kanye, at this point, I don't even know what he's doing, but to be honest with you guys, I really do feel like some part of him, he's going over the line a little bit in the way he addresses things that are a bit crazy. But it's so hard for me to say that Kanye is also crazy. Like the way the people are portraying him, I feel like it's a little bit too stretched. I do feel like he should take on a bit more responsibility on his words. But if you watch his full interview and the stuff that he talks about, how he's trying to create a different culture, a different kind of perspective, I don't know if he should be that silenced or that to that extent. And also as well, like where were this company as well when Kanye West said so many different things about other issues as well? I feel like now it is just more biased, and I feel like I don't know. I'm just quite on the fence about this. But his music is another story. Despite his more recent albums have become a bit of a mediocre reception, Ye's early songs are still valuable on streamers. So Ye is currently on the 19th most popular artist on Spotify, where he has about 51 million monthly listeners. And the sad part is about this as well, that Ye might not even be a billionaire anymore. And I was reading this article from Forbes, and it is quite an interesting article they have released. They said that Kanye West's net worth, this is up to the 27th of October 2022, and this is a number from like literally a day ago. His net worth is $400.1 million. And if you're talking about the easiest way to lose billions, it's crazy. So entrepreneur, and of course says here on the Forbes article, says entrepreneur and musician Kanye West lost his lucrative multi-year deal to design sneakers brand Yeezy for Adidas after making anti-Semitic comments, and other brands and companies have cut ties with West. It's so crazy. I wonder what's the lesson to learn from this, but I feel like it is just not over yet. I don't think Kanye is a person that's just gonna disappear like that. I don't know. Will they actually be able to cancel Kanye? That is a question that we're gonna have to watch, and I guess we're gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out. All right, on to another Tuco's course for today, and this actually is for, of course, one of the topics that we started the show with about responsibilities, and this is something that I really wanted to dive in and talk about. And I know a lot of us as well, including myself as well. It's one of those things that really is something that we all struggle with. You know what I mean? I think that is something that we've got to accept. But yes, there was this interesting topic that we were discussing upon, and it was something I wanted to share with you guys as well. And this is the topic of responsibility. And not everything that happens to you is your fault, but everything is your responsibility. It is something that I heard, and it's something that has been dwelling into my mind. It's something that I kept thinking over and over about as well. It is such a strong concept, really, like to actually have the idea that not everything that happens to you is your fault. You have no kind of you have done nothing wrong, but it is something that is happening, but it is your responsibility. It's something that is kind of, it's one of those hard pills that are hard to swallow. All right, but there's the myth and the truth surrounding fault and responsibility, something that I wanted to address on today's show. All right, what are the myths and the truths surrounding fault and responsibility? Right, people confuse responsibility with fault. You know what I mean? Mostly go like, I'm not only I'm only responsible if it's my fault. I don't need to do anything if it's not my fault kind of mentality. It actually takes a whole lot of your strength and your power over the situation that you have. The other is you make yourself helpless when you focus on your fault, on blame as well. That's one of the things you have to understand. You make yourself so helpless, and you will not have any kind of power over it as well when you focus on the fault, on blame, and the list goes on, and that's going to take all of that energy away from you. All right, and the other thing is, as a matter of fact, you are not actually responsible for anything. However, if you really want control over your life, your emotions, your well-being, your problems, your health, your success, your happiness, then you are truly responsible for making that happen. That is something you have got to understand. And I want to repeat that once again on the mic. All right. As a matter of fact, you are not actually responsible for anything. If that is the choice that you're going to make. If that's what you want, you can literally live a life where you have no kind of responsibility, but then you will not have control over your emotions, your well-being, your problems, your health, your success, your happiness. All of that is under somebody else's in control. You know what I mean? So however, again, if you want control over your life, if you want control, you got to start taking on responsibility. That's when you are in control of it. The difference between fault and responsibility is very, very simple. The fault is in the past, and it has occurred. It happened already. You know what I mean? It's done already. Most of us carry stuff from 10 years ago, for crying out loud. How crazy is that? You know what I mean? Somebody will you walk up to somebody will tell you, oh, is that and this you and your mangas did that? Oh, and long time, this is something that happened in the past. It's done already. You know what I mean? The responsibility to do something about what happened in the past, along with its current consequences, lies in the present moment. And that's when responsibility comes in. All right, very simple thing. The responsibility to do something about what happened in the past, along with its current consequences, lies in the present moment. And that's what responsibility is. I know it is such an uncomfortable topic to talk about. Who on earth want to talk about responsibilities? And life's so simple and so easy without them. Oh man, I'm telling you, when you have less responsibility, you don't even care too much. You don't want to do nothing, and of course, everything that happens to you, you're gonna use that as an excuse. It's such a simple way to be, but then what kind of life would that be? All right, the foundation of maturity is being responsible even for the things and experiences that were or are not your fault. You know what I mean? Some things that just happen to you that you have no control over, and they just are not your fault, that are going to happen around you or in front of you, and it's so hard for you to take on responsibility for that. But I understand. All right, when you choose to be responsible for the things that are not your fault but which impact and affect your life, you immediately become empowered. There's such a power there. You are free, because you finally realize that you have the power to change your outcomes when you first take responsibility when it starts. So the shackles that have held you prisoner are broken when you realize that only you are responsible for your misery or your happiness. Either one, you know what I mean? You are responsible for your misery, and you're responsible for your happiness, and they don't have power over you, and you are in control. As one person, also once said to me, was whenever I get upset or angry and I step back and get a grip and remind myself that the person that I am really upset with is myself, are for following the situation that to happen, and that usually helps them to solve the problem. And that is such a beautiful thing, that it was a beautiful understanding that he had of his situation. So whenever he's angry about it, whenever something or someone pisses him off, he takes on, all right, cool, this I'm so angry, and it's like, all right, cool. And that he's going to use that, take that responsibility, and allow it to give him solutions and solve the problem that's already making him angry, so that it will help him understand control over his emotions. And that is something that a powerful thing to have, by the way. That's such a powerful thing to have when something is happening to you, and the moment you take responsibility over it, then it becomes your problem. The moment you take responsibility, it becomes your problem. So when you do have a problem, as any normal person will go about as it comes to resolving problems and controlling it and preventing it from happening ever again. Ladies and gents, that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about today. It is something for you guys to think about. Not everything that happens to you is your fault. The place that you were born, the family that you have, the school that you went through, the economy cost, everything, all of that, you know what I mean? It might not be your fault, but it is going to be your responsibility. It is not about the cards that you have been given, but rather how you deal with those cards. I want you guys to think about that, and I will be back. Y'all already know I had an incredible morning. Friday has been an amazing time, and I hope that you guys are enjoying our show. And if you do, go ahead and find us on all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and of course we do have our website as well, www.inshegger.com. That is INSHEGER. And find us, show us some love. Also, we have a YouTube as well, so in case you missed any part of this amazing infotainment that took place in the previous hour and 30 minutes, go ahead and find us on our YouTube, and make sure you subscribe, you press on that like button, and you let us know what your thought and your opinions are. You know how we're in this show, ladies and gents: good, better, best. You never let it rest. Your good is better, and your better is best, my people. I want you guys to have an amazing Friday, and a very productive and also enjoyable weekend as well. I think that's what we need, and that's what we deserve. I'll see you guys on Monday.